I have in last place the Seattle Seahawks. I think opting to go from Geno to Darnold is a mistake. I also don't like their offensive weapons or their offensive line.
Seattle Seahawks are the #1 seed.
I cannot see Seattle winning the NFC or the NFC West.
Seattle Seahawks are the #1 seed.
Who finishes fourth in the NFC West?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks here.
Seattle Seahawks are the #1 seed.
My, oh my, that Seahawks game against the 49ers had me locked in through the fourth quarter, not believing it for my own eyes until Sam Darnold did his best Colin Kaepernick impression. And by that, I mean he took a knee for America. Or maybe just Seattle, but don't tell certain people that we're a part of America. They get very mad. The Seattle Seahawks are champions of the NFC West and are also champions of the NFC Best of the 2025 regular season, which means the Seahawks get to do their best New Jersey Jets impression for the first week of the playoffs. And by that, I mean they'll be at home watching. That impression ends in 6 days when Wildcard Weekend wraps up, and the Seahawks will prepare to host either the Rams, 49ers, Packers, or actually, they're probably destined or potentially destined to host the Panthers, who are destined to reach the Super Bowl, thanks to a combination of factors that are scientifically proven. The Carolina Panthers are reaching the Super Bowl for scientifically proven reasons based on historical events. The Panthers have reached the Super Bowl every time that in the previous year, the Panthers had a losing record, check, plus Ohio State wins the national championship, check, plus they open the season against the Jaguars, check, plus Jennifer Lopez files for divorce, sorry Ben Affleck, but check. So the Panthers are reaching the Super Bowl. Mark it down. And you know what? Wait just a damn minute. As my boy Mark Hoppus likes to say, fate fell short this time because the Seahawks are also supposed to reach the Super Bowl thanks to the Catholic Church. Now, I was raised Catholic. Then we found out some stuff that made me a lot less Catholic, but I was raised Catholic. So maybe I should give it another go for the Hawks because in 2005, there's a new Pope elected. You know what happened? Seahawks won 13 games and they reached the Super Bowl. In 2013, there was a new Pope elected. You know what happened? The Seahawks won 13 games and they reached the Super Bowl. In 2025, there was a new Pope elected. Check. Seahawks won 13 games. Check, and we'll give you one more. So, guess what's next? What these two things together really mean is that unless the NFL changes the playoff format really fast so that the Panthers and the Seahawks could somehow meet in the Super Bowl, which is not possible under the current format because they're in the same conference. But unless the NFL changes the format really quickly, one or both of these scenarios is going to be like a Jennifer Lopez marriage. It's going to be a bust. So we've got a lot to talk about on this Tacoma Tuesday edition of the Seattle Mike Show. I'm Seattle Mike on the mic. Shout out Shilese, who loves when I say that. Let's start with Black Monday Blues news. Black Monday Blues news, because there were 4 head coach firings on what's called Black Monday, the day after the NFL regular season ends. It's called Black Monday because a lot of coaches get fired. There were 4 head coach firings on Black Monday this year. Let's go through the coaches. Arizona Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon.
You're fired!
Wins for the Cardinals under Jonathan Gannon were just like their starting quarterback. Wins for the Cardinals under Jonathan Gannon were just like their starting quarterback and Lord Farquaad. They came in short supply. There were those that thought little of them. Las Vegas Raiders head coach and Seahawks legend, Pete Carroll.
You're fired.
I don't want to make jokes about Pete Carroll. He brought us our Super Bowl and was always nothing but class. And I've argued for a long time that there should be a Pete Carroll statue in front of Lumen Field. I think there should definitely be a Pete Carroll statue in front of Lumen Field, in front of T-Mobile Park. We've got the Ken Griffey Jr. statue. In front of Lumen Field, there should be a Pete Carroll statue. But he also should have run it from the one, and he's older than the Pope's mom. Atlanta Falcons head coach, Raheem Morris, and Atlanta Falcons general manager, Terry Fontenot.
You're fired.
Fontenot was fired from the moment he drafted Michael Penix Jr., number 8 overall, just months after convincing Falcons owner Arthur Blank to write a check for Kirk Cousins for $180 million, $100 million of it guaranteed. Like, you just convinced your owner to spend $180 million on a quarterback, and then you use the number 8 overall pick to not help that quarterback, but to draft his replacement. You ever have a girlfriend that you buy something really nice for her, but then she takes your credit card and buys something really nice for herself? Well, okay, frankly, me neither. My credit card is maxed out, but you catch my point. Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski was also fired, but honestly, that one feels like a win for him. According to Adam Schefter, Stefanski is expected to meet with the Falcons, Giants, and Titans, all of whom have vacancies at head coach, none of whom have Shedeur Sanders. So that means that if Stefanski gets a job with any of those teams that do not have Shedeur Sanders, so assuming Stefanski doesn't go back to the Browns, or assuming that Shedeur Sanders doesn't somehow get traded to another team, as long as Stefanski's not coaching Shedeur Sanders, I guess he's not racist anymore. That's good for him. That's good for him. This is better for America. This is progress. Stefanski, not a racist anymore. We're good to go. For the Cleveland Browns, when they see that Stefanski is getting a lot of interviews, it has to feel like when you give your girlfriend the, hey babe, it's not you, it's me. You know, when you give her the, it's not you, it's me speech right before you break up with her. It's not you, it's me. I've got issues. I can't commit to this. I'm the problem, baby, but you're great. You're great. When you give her the, it's not you, it's me speech, then you break up, but then your girlfriend immediately has men lining up around the corner and she already seems happier and she's already doing better. She's already thriving. And you're like, wait, was it me? And Cleveland, yes, it was you. We learned on Sunday that Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, not very progressive. After the Steelers beat the Ravens off of a missed field goal, Tomlin was asked this.
Make that kick, season's over, comes to a screeching halt, and missing that kick and the winter going on.
And then he said this.
You know how it is, if my aunt had male parts, she'd be my uncle.
Clearly, he is not from Seattle. Back to that Ravens-Steelers game. After the kick was missed and it ended the Ravens season and it sent the Steelers to the playoffs, Ravens kicker Tyler Loop's social media was flooded by really mean, really horrible comments trashing his marriage to his very beautiful, very attractive wife. 12 Lasers said, hope you get divorced. JLSD0831 said, still time to cancel the wedding. At Real Seattle Mike said, you guys want a third? What's wrong with people? Fucking weirdos. The Carolina Panthers won the NFC South by way of the Falcons beating the Saints less than 24 hours after the Panthers lost to the Buccaneers. This is because by the Falcons winning, it forced a three-way tie between the Panthers, Falcons, and Buccaneers, where the Panthers had the tiebreaker due to head-to-head winning percentage over the other two teams. Okay, I know that was very complicated. Bottom line, Panthers won the division because the Falcons forced a three-way tie. Panthers had the tiebreaker. Way less complicated if we say it that way. Having said that, you could make the argument the Panthers still have 0 division championships since 2015 because really the Falcons won the division. They just didn't do it for themselves. The Falcons won the division for the Carolina Panthers. So really, the Falcons should get to hoist NFC South division championship banners for 2025. They're the ones that won it. They just didn't win it for themselves. They're very generous that way. They won it for the Panthers. Former NFL MVP Cam Newton argues that 12 of the 16 quarterbacks in the playoffs are game managers. They're not game changers, they're game managers. The term game manager, according to Cam Newton, means your coach isn't asking you to win the game, he's just asking you not to lose the game. Your coach is saying, just don't fuck it up. You're a good game manager, just don't fuck it up. Just don't throw an interception, don't fumble, don't fuck up this game and we'll win. That's what a game manager is. The quarterbacks Cam listed as game managers, instead of game changers, game managers are Bo Nix, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, Sam Darnold, Caleb Williams, Jalen Hurts, Bryce Young, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. All game managers per Cam Newton. That means there are only 2 quarterbacks in the NFL playoffs that Cam Newton and his cut-up hat think aren't game managers. Those 2 quarterbacks are Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford. Josh Allen, definitely not what I would call a game manager. He's a guy that you put the ball in his hands and you want him to win. He's a guy that puts the offense on his back and he wins. I get that. Josh Allen, not a game manager. Okay, Cam, we agree on that one. In what way is Bo Nix more of a game manager than Matthew Stafford? In what way is Drake May, who I always believed in what way is Drake May more of a game manager than Matthew Stafford, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert? Based on Cam's list, I'd say the only quarterbacks that Cam should worry about as game managers are Sam Darnold and Cam Newton. Dude, they begged you to stop throwing interceptions, and you responded like this.
Yeah, but you know what? If it was holding, it doesn't matter. That's right. And
or how about just don't lose the game?
Cam Newton decides not to dive in there and
he backed away from it.
Cam, I think that lost the game, dude. Charlize has been my hype man all around town, so I decided to give her the last word for this video, but I do want to say thank you for watching.
It's Seattle Mike on the mic. Please like and subscribe.